It's easy to help your player characters get sponsored by the gods and gain the powers of a chosen for just pennies a day. Oh, greetings, Podquesters. When we last left our heroes, they were in the midst of each finding a god to help grant them the ability to harm the first. Natasha went to each of them and asked which of the gods they chose and ported them to that deity. Name, hoping to learn better leadership, chose to seek Paladine, leader of the good-aligned gods and apparently the patron of red tape. Name arrived in an empty room with a single door, a desk, and 2 velvet rope-lined waiting queues. Also 3 penguins for some reason. What ensued was a mess of bureaucracy and dizzying logic, but eventually Name got the penguins to line up and present their IDs to the old man scribbling away at the desk, and presented his own ID when they were done. That seemed to pass the test, as the old man transformed into Paladine himself, imparting the wisdom of leading by example and agreeing to sponsor him. Meanwhile, Jag, wanting to learn about healing wounds instead of inflicting them for once, chose Beranar Truesilver, the dwarven goddess of hearth and home. Jag arrived in a bustling dwarven tavern and was greeted warmly, invited to share in food and drink and partake in various games and contests. Well, let me tell you, those games were Jag's not-so-thinly veiled trials, as he quickly learned that brute force was not the way through them. When he realized this and passed all the tests without relying on his strength, the bar suddenly cleared of patrons, and Beranar Truesilver revealed herself. She warmly told Jag she hoped now he could see the lesson of how strength isn't always the answer, and granted him temporary chosen status. Wow, we're really learning some morals here. We ended last episode with Wei considering which god or goddess he intended to speak to. What after-school special will he be portaled into? Let's find out as we roll an intelligence check.
And Natasha walks over to Wei and says, Wei, do you know what god you would like to choose?
Well, us turtles usually worship gods of balance. And, my whole thing is traveling and stars and exploring. And turns out there is a god that's their thing too. So I've already kind of have one that I follow.
So who would that be? Gillian?
No, he's a little lesser known. His name is Celestian.
Oh, wow, okay.
I mean, I'm not like a go to worship every week kind of follower, but I mean, I like his whole thing.
All right, well, let me see what I can arrange. And she gestures again, and the portal starts to ripple open, and what you see is just a big open field under the stars.
That looks right to me. All right. Good luck, everybody.
And so you step through the portal and you find yourself in a big open field, but there is like a stomped down path. It's not like a dirt road or anything like that. It's just a heavily traveled path. And you can see that at one point it branches left and right. And as you look left, you see your childhood home. And you see through the windows your mother and father. You see your family and your friends, and it seems to be a large gathering. And you can tell that it's some sort of party or event, and you know you can go and you can see them. These people you have not seen in so long and may not see again in, well, forever. Mm-hmm. But you know if you go there, you'll never leave. Mm-hmm. And to the right, you see another path. A path that just goes off into the distance. It doesn't seem to lead anywhere, and yet, in a way, it leads everywhere else. And you know you could head down that road, but if you do, you'll never get home again.
I think Wei will, I think he'll sit down.
Okay.
And he'll take some time. He'll watch the family. He'll look at the stars, because I'm sure it's magnificent stars.
Definitely. It's the literally brightest lit sky you have ever seen.
He'll think longly of his mother Driftwood and his father Jonathan and his family, and he'll know in his core that he's not meant to stay in any one place, no matter what is in that place. But he's gonna take a little time. He's gonna take it in, and he's gonna pick himself up and start waddling away.
All right. I assume down the right path?
The right path, yes.
That was in the correct one, right? He
The correct one. Did I make the right choice?
Yeah.
the one that keeps the story going.
Yeah. And you head down the path, and as you do, the home behind you, you don't even turn around, you don't see it, you just feel it wisp away. And one of the stars in the sky just starts to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. And you realize, it's not actually getting larger or more powerful, it's descending. And it falls down into the field beside you. And it just becomes this elven being who smiles at you and says, I suppose that wasn't the hardest challenge for people like us. The truth is, Way, I knew you would ace whatever challenge I gave you. I just had to give you something to be sure.
Well, I do appreciate getting the chance to see my parents. That was mighty kind of you.
Well, I try to give my followers a gift when I can, and I want you to know, in the end, the truth is, you are going to be my chosen. You are my chosen, if you will accept the duty from this day forward, now and forever.
Well, first of all, let me just make sure you are Celestian, correct? I want to make sure I know who I'm talking to before I make it a deal.
Oh, Celestian? No, that's it.
And he smiles and he laughs and he nods and he says, yes, of course.
I do have a question. Assuming you know that I have some powers now that seem to be star related. Was that you?
And he smiles and he says, in a way, yes. But that is, well, it's a journey you still have to complete, my friend.
All right. Well, heck, I mean, I was going to, just keep traveling anyway. And, we got these bad people trying to destroy the world, which I'm not for. I mean,
Good choice.
I heard that these people need my help, and I'll keep doing that and see what I see along the way. So, yeah, if you'll have me, I will be your chosen.
Where would you like your mark?
Oh. Well, I mean, is it kind of badass or?
And he kind of gestures in his hand and like
It's a he?
above it, yeah.
Oh, I have that wrong. Go ahead. Sorry.
Right. And what forms in front of it is this sort of like a black circle that is just full of stars. Ooh. And they actually seem to be sparkling at all times, always shining at different patterns, different brightness levels, unendingly.
Yeah, okay, badass. I mean, I'm kind of all black already, so...
I tattoo.
Mike Tyson face tattoo.
Do it. Back of the neck.
How big is it?
It can be as large or as small as you like it to be.
I want it to be big, though.
Turtle tramp
cool.
stamp. Just the whole
Just
right
put
on
it, yeah, just, you know what, just put it right in the middle of my chest.
All right. And he does. He turns his hand, places it against your chest, and you feel like a warmth, like this deep internal warmth. And as he removes his hand, that symbol is now there, blinking like a tattoo for all to see.
This is amazing.
Blinking like a tattoo.
Like an
That's
LED
Futurama.
You've never seen a digital tattoo?
No.
Well, there you go. Look it up.
Get in the now,
I feel warmer inside, which is great because I'm cold-blooded. So this is an extra bonus.
So it doesn't hurt?
I guess no. It just feels nice.
Is it like a shape of a circle?
Still, yeah.
Like the star. So the stars. Just,
He's Iron Man now.
Yeah. All right. That's what I wanted to know.
No,
Okay, cool.
the circle itself.
No, but I'm an artificer.
The
I can't
black
do
is a circle. Oh yeah. Whoops. Cancel. The circle itself is. The darkness itself is a circle, and despite the fact that you are mostly black, this is like a deeper shade, like almost an unearthly black pitch. Sort of the same thing that a darkness spell would cast. Like it is unearthly.
Cool.
And within that is it is full of blinking stars. And as you look up at the sky, you realize it is reflecting the exact stars that you are under right now. And should you look later, whatever night sky you were under, whatever season, whatever land, the tattoo always shifts to match the stars that showed up
That
with
is
the
cool.
above.
I'm going to be carrying around a mirror more often now, so I just look at that all the time.
Just looking at your tits. Your tortoise
Funny,
tits.
he meets Hey, you see my tattoo? Yes, God, stop.
I figured it goes just to the edge of the nipples. Your turtle has nipples, by the way.
As turtles do.
Wade's
Yeah, sure.
only going to wear mesh tank tops from now
He
on.
doesn't wear a shirt now.
Oh.
He already doesn't wear
Well,
a shirt.
now
so
he
it's
does. It's a mesh tank.
I think I just, would turn to Celestia and be like, "Thank you. This really is amazing. I really, this whole experience has just been great. I think I'm going to be a little bit more religious going forward."
I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
Not just showing up on the celestial, the summer solstice.
Yeah.
In the summer
Celester.
They got to
one of
work in the
those.
guilt with every religion, right? Yeah.
Christmas and Easter
Now
Catholic.
tithe.
I feel like what the other two said before they left was they were looking for something to make them be a little more complete. I feel a little bad because honestly, I just went for the thing that is already like me. Do you have any I don't know, advice or guidance?
We've got 5 minutes
for
still.
my journey,
So, what you up to?
or am I just doing what you want me to do already?
And he gives you a large smile and he says, I'm not one to fill the air with empty words, Way. I would love to give you guidance or lesson or story, but that's not who we are. The only lesson I can give you is to see as much of the world as you can, as often as you can, as quickly as you can, to see what has never been seen, to find what has never been found. And these are all lessons you already know. I would teach you more, but the reason I've chosen you as my, chosen, is because you've already known. You've already lived that life. And I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thanks. I just had to be sure. I didn't want to waste the opportunity and be mad at myself later for not asking.
No, I totally understand. You did get that sweet tattoo.
It's really, really, really banging. It's really great. I really, everybody's going to be really impressed by this.
Yeah,
I hope they got something cool too.
I don't think they did. I
Oh
think-
boy,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
going to
you're-
be awkward.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Honestly,
I'll
we all
see you at
talked
the next.
beforehand, and the guys were like, don't give anything. I was like, F that.
I knew I picked right.
I picked right.
And then that last line's not canon.
Well, I guess I'll see you at the next, consolation party. If it's all right with you, I'm just gonna plop down here and look at these stars for a little while longer.
And he smiles at you and nods, and then he sits beside you and starts gazing up alongside of you. And we'll end the scene there.
That's nice.
So, he didn't have that temporary chosen thing.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Well, that'll never come
We
up.
got temporary tattoos that
Yeah.
they don't reflect anything.
You guys, you guys got boardwalk henna.
I thought you were holding the duty joke.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I tried.
Yeah, I looked over at you guys and I was like,
It's duty.
Poop.
Joke.
And so back in the room, you guys see a portal open. Way steps through into the field, and then Natasha closes it. And she walks over to Rady and says, Rady.
Hey, right, you be love.
And Natasha laughs at that. Natasha giggles, and she goes, "What God do you believe that you? Oh." And she kind of looks down at your drink, looks back at you, looks down at the drink, and goes, "I guess I probably know."
I am a bit one note. But before we do this, and he looks over at Paulina and he's like, Panini, I have a question for you. Do you know if Jace is here?
I am sorry. Do you think I know everybody who's in heaven?
Obviously.
Well, I do, but it was a little rude of you. And
That's what I do love.
he kind of stops for a second. It looks like he's concentrating, and he says, "Yes, I found the one you know as Jace.
He's here in heaven?
Yes, it appears that he is."
All right, that's all I needed to know. Thank you. Now, back to you, little one. What can I do for you?
Do you have a god that you would prefer to see?
I think this one writes itself, yeah. I'll take the god of drinkery.
Oh, Hanseath?
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
And she kind of like, you've never seen Natasha look disappointed before. You do now. Like, she's just kind of like, oh. And she makes a gesture and a portal opens and you see a large underground chamber. And you just see it is full end to end of dwarves. Natasha actually kind of gives you like a guiding hand, like you guide someone who's been drinking too much through the portal.
And I stumble over the entrance of the portal a little bit. I trip. I don't
Over the
fall,
mystical
but I trip over the portal.
Violexx is just like, oh my god.
I'm fine. I've recovered.
And as you're like even saying that, Natasha just shakes her head and closes it, like you don't even finish the sentence.
There's nothing there. Okay.
And you find yourself in this large underground chamber, and along the entire right side of the wall is just a series of forges. And they are just bristling, and weapon and armor is like being pumped out at amazing speed and thrown into the crate. On the left side of the room is just a large bar running end to end, and you see dozens of dwarves there drinking, telling tales, laughing, having a good time. But what really gets your attention is the middle. In the middle of this room is a giant battle. There are dwarves just fighting in this epic war against each other, smiling, laughing, having a good time. And amongst them is this one gargantuan dwarf with a giant two-handed sword in one hand, and he's just batting things back and forth. And in his other hand is a giant stein of beer, and he is just chugging it while fighting and laughing uproariously. And you notice that the reason these weapons and armor are getting turned out so quickly is because every time someone's armor or weapon breaks, they take it off, they cast it into a pit, that gets thrown back into the forge, they start forging new stuff. That dwarf walks over to the bar, starts having a drink, hangs out there until his weapons and armor is repaired, walks back over, dons it again, and then goes back to the battle. And it is just this unending cycle. What do you do?
Rady walks up to the bar, and he says, I think the big fella's got it covered. I'll have one of your best whatevers.
The bartender reaches below the bar, pulls up a glass, puts it in front of you, and whatever it is, whatever Rady's favorite drink in the world is, that's what just got placed on the table.
It's every booze together.
The splash of urine.
It's amazing.
I just want to get people to drink pee. It's still my thing.
It's still my
thing, huh?
thing. You guys don't remember the Invisipede?
Well, yeah, sure. But this sounded more like real life.
We're running that house party
Yeah,
house
don't
lunch you offered.
Lauren pour you a drink.
It tastes like Garland's hard lemonade. It's
And
amazing.
it is by far the best drink you have ever had in your life. And
I'll
as
take another.
soon as you finish, you don't even get to say it. You put the glass down and another one is being put on the table.
That's why I said I'll take another.
Oh, and he does. Another one goes onto the table.
And I drink them.
And
I watch
hours
the
pass
battle.
by. Hours just drift by as Rady sits there.
I want to talk to the dwarves on either side of me. Once I get, a little bit. So what's this? What are they fighting for?
It was about to be Polino again.
Hey, you up in here?
What do you mean we're fighting for? We fight for the fun of it. Why wouldn't you fight for the fun of it? That's Hanseath in the middle there. God of booze and battle.
Oh.
Lit up and then immediately
Stopped reading halfway through the sentence, huh?
I guess I need to talk to him then. Does he ever stop the fighting just to come over and get a drink?
Sure, as soon as someone disarms him. That happened, what's it, Tuesday? About 3 centuries ago.
I know a little penguin fella who's quite disarming. Can I go grab him?
I'm not sure how you'll leave this place, but you can go wherever you want, I suppose.
Well, I guess I'll just go and maybe I'll offer him a drink.
You offer him a drink, and he kind of is like, thanks, because it's an endless bar of booze.
You're welcome, love. I figured you looked thirsty. Now, I need your power.
And he glares down at you, and as he does, you feel this like wisp of wind kind of hit you, and it's kind of hard, and you stumble back a step, and your robes kind of flutter for a second.
And you feel 10% more sober.
Well, that's easy to recover. And he's still in front of me?
Yeah.
Look, I know that you got a thing going on here, love, and I appreciate that. But I want a bit of a time crunch. The penguin took a long time. Oh, we got to get this going. Can I have your powers?
And he looks
Oh,
actually like looking at you like slightly like, and you feel this another giant gust of wind, and this one hits you so hard you spin in a circle. And you kind of like lose perspective for a second, and all of a sudden it comes back and you can kind of see again. And at this point,
I Ralph Waldo with my beard.
the god is like leaning forward, like squinting at you. And then the wind hits you again, and now you feel it lift you up into the air, and you are just twirling as if you were like lost in a wave in the ocean. You have no control. You are spinning heads over heels. You can't see. You can't focus. You
Vomit.
Violexx.
You're in a
It's like a
vomit tornado.
Gravatron.
Yeah, I'm really trying to hold it in here. As it spews out, I keep using prestidigitation to erase it. That doesn't happen a lot. It happens a little.
fairly often. And you just feel like you're being thrown like a baseball across the field. Like it's spinning. You can feel the trajectory. You can feel the power behind you. And then suddenly it just stops all at once. And you find yourself several feet above the floor and you slam down.
Yes.
And as you get up and you look around, you find you're no longer in this underground chamber. You are in the exact opposite. And you're just on this floor that seems to be hovering dozens of miles up in the air. And it's just this stone square floor that seems to be barren except for a single desk. And behind that desk sits a djinn. Not the one you met before. This is not Alkir. This is another djinn that you have met before. And he's very finely dressed. And he's leaning forward and he's kind of staring at you and shaking his head a little in a disapproving manner. And he says, Rady, buddy, pal. I don't know what to tell you. You're talking to gods? I thought we had a deal here.
Rady,
No. When I need something, I come to you. When you need something, you hope that I am in a good mood. And as his voice drops that way, you see behind him the true image of this being, which is not a small djinn. This is like a 10-story tall air elemental being, just wind whipping everywhere. As he transforms, you feel yourself sliding back dangerously close to the end of this square floor, hovering in the air. And you just see these golden eyes staring down at you with anger. But just that fast, it pops back. And you see the little guy sitting at the table. He's like, now, I don't know what makes you think that you can do these things, do whatever it is you want. Gonna have to kill some people again. You need to learn lessons, Rady. You can't just do what you want. You know this.
Well, first of all, as soon as he saw him, he dropped the drink in his hand and the glass shattered, and he like sobered up immediately. And he's, I'm sorry. I was brought here. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I was going to be taken. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I'm just trying to keep a low profile, do my tricks, get you power, things like that. Nobody has to die. I was brought here. There was some little bird threw me through a portal, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty reasonable. And he opens up a drawer and he pulls out 2 20-sided dice. And he gives them a roll and he throws them across the table and he looks down and he goes, so, what I'm gonna need to do for me is pick Lichstone Kingdom or the Red Halls. Which one we blowing up today?
I don't really have any vested interest in either one of them, personally.
Don't really care myself. Just pick one. Hunters will die. You'll know about it. That's fine.
I don't. Wait. Okay. What do you need? What can I do to stop this from happening again? Well, I will keep conjuring the tricks, of course. So from what I understand, there's a thing going on. Lots of power, lots of magic. I need power. If you can give me that, then I could promise lots and lots and lots of deaths, superpowers, deaths, and I can take that magic from using your power, and then you can use that, and no one else has to die except the people in the war. They're godlike. I think that would charge you up. That would feed you much better than either one of these silly little places that I've never heard of, probably.
So what I'm hearing from you is you want to make a deal where you serve me and I give you power, like the goddamn deal we already made.
Right.
And the same thing, as his voice changes that pitch, he turns into that giant elemental being again, staring down at you.
But as the part of this deal that we already have, it's the same deal, but this is bigger powers than I would otherwise have. You're getting lowly, Lichstone. That's not much. These are gods. These are the full bloody horsemen, mate.
And as you say that, he leans back and his eyes go wide and he goes, really?
Yes.
And he stops and he tilts his head and he says, "That does change things."
Oh, good. I was hoping it would.
And he leans forward and he kind of puts his head up to his forehead and he's thinking for a moment. And he nods and he says, "All right, I can do for you what those gods do. That's not so big. Oh, gods, they think they're so powerful. Killed a god once. Well, not yet, but I'm going to do."
Well, that's good to know. If you need any help, you know where to find me, which is anywhere that you can see, because you can see all, right?
I can see anything you see. I hear the things you hear. I know the things you know.
I never badmouth you or your family.
And he kind of squints at you because that sounds like you definitely do badmouth his family.
No, never did. Never did. I'm always like, oh, he's so great, and no one knows because I'm below when I say that usually.
I'm going to emulate what it is those gods, and he does like the air quotes as he says gods, do for their chosen. You're going to get the power, and when you're done, you're going to come back and you're going to give it back to me, right?
Yes. Oh, 100%.
I'd hate that to find you, Rady.
Oh, it is. Oh, no, I'll do the summons. I'll do the thing, and you get just all of it, everything that you need, everything you want.
All right, then we have a deal. I just need you to tell me one thing.
Yeah.
Lich Kingdom or the Red Halls?
How about? I don't. Which one has? No, I can't. Don't make me choose. I can't do that.
Rady.
I can't do that.
Do you want me to go find people you knew? I could do that instead.
No, Red Halls.
Red Halls? All right, Lich Kingdom's gone. And he snaps his fingers. Oh my God. And we're in the same man.
Wait, which one died?
Shit.
Lich Kingdom.
Oh, that had the brewery.
Beast mode.
Seriously?
No, Beast Mode was back at the place with
Yeah, but he was the new emperor, right?
not anymore.
Not a whole lot.
I guess Tor's the best one then.
Oh my God.
His kingdom chose to die with his.
Tor would have protected.
That's more people.
Oh my God.
And so we see Natasha open up a portal. Rady steps through into a little underground passage. And then she closes it. And she turns to Violexx and says, "Do you know what God?" And she kind of looks at your tattoo on your neck and then goes, "Well, I guess you kind of already chose a God, huh?"
Yes, I follow the lunar lady.
Okay.
See her name Moonbow?
Oh, of course. She's very nice.
She's very nice.
And Natasha makes a gesture and this big portal opens. And you see this forest scene at night. And you see this grove of trees. And you see these animals kind of milling about, and a lot of them are slumbering. In the center of this clearing, there's a bunch of trees that have kind of like grown together into a throne. And sitting upon it, you see this short but beautiful elven lady, and she smiles at you through the portal, and she kind of waves you in like this.
Okay. I'll go in and I'll be very shy as I approach.
Okay. And so you step in, the portal closes behind you, and you see there's just literally dozens of animals asleep in here, and most of them are nocturnal animals, but those ones are still active, and there's some nocturnal predators right next to a sleeping rabbit, and every now and then you even see a panther might look over and scoop up one of the rabbits and just swallow it. And it's very odd because you see it and it is a horrific sight, but at the same time it doesn't feel like there was no pain, there was no suffering. It felt like very circle of life, natural essence going on. Everything here seems to almost be operating on a different way than it would on the planet.
I deserve this.
Violexx,
why?
You know why.
It was a puffin.
My voice is so much deeper since I choked on the water.
And as you approach, she's smiling at you, and you can just feel the power of energy radiating from her, and she waves you closer yet and says, "Hello, my chosen."
Hello, lady. It has been a while.
Well, I know why your friends have gone to the gods to seek favor, but what brings you here? You've been my faithful servant for so many years.
We are here to gain some more power, if I may be so bold. I know you have already given me so much. I don't mean to ask for more, but I fear that I am not strong enough to do what needs to be done.
And she smiles at you and she says, "Violexx, don't you know? The power was within you all along.
She slices open your chest and pulls it out.
Oh gosh, it's all coming back.
And she just reaches out and ever so lightly taps your tattoo, which like glows brightly and with vibrant power. And she says, "We did not appropriately teach you all yet. It wasn't time. You see, when we gave the power to the second chosen to fight the first, we were wary that the same sort of uprising might occur, so we didn't teach you all to use the power, and now it is time. You and all of your friends will learn what the power of the chosen truly does, but not yet.
Okay.
First, I'd like to give you a gift."
I will kind of hold my tattoo, and I guess I would probably kneel. She would kneel.
That's wonderful. So you kneel down, and she says, "For your service of many, many years as my chosen, I'd like to give you a gift. My dear, you've already lost so many friends, lovers, would-be lovers, even a husband.
Yes, I have. It has been many years.
The rules of death are binding, and they're strong. There's little I can do. But I can give you this gift, this one gift. Speak one name, and I will restore them."
You restore them to the living? I don't understand. What do you mean?
"I will restore their body and their soul to the plane of living."
Well, I mean, there are so many people that I have lost. I don't know.
And she smiles and tilts her head and says, "I understand, but even I can only bend the laws of life so much."
Hold on, it's the sound of the grave digging.
It's the door between worlds opening.
It's just a revolving. Hey, see.
Oh, we said you weren't going to cry today.
No, I'm not gonna cry. I don't know what to do
It's a test.
because I don't know is my deliberation allowed to be part of the?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have three people that I'm considering. And I don't even know if others are gone. I don't even know if the others are still alive. I know the last time I saw my dad, he threw an ear at me, which I would have figured out by now was an elven ear.
It was a very clearly elven
Okay.
ear, and no one should ever suggest that it was human in any way. shape, or form.
That's fine. The pointy part was bent over a little bit, so it looked human.
That was the confusion.
It was like a
It happens when they're in captivity.
Like an orca thing.
Good.
Oh, the old limp dick ears. Poor elves.
That was my nickname in high school.
We have derailed. I love it.
Us, never.
We don't do emotional moments.
So,
Like you just said, there's my husband. He's not probably going to. And then there's Deverick, and then there's Knock.
No, don't do that.
But
That's
I don't
so
think he
confusing.
can because he can't
I
play.
want to see Ben do
You
John.
have the option to pick Knock if you so choose, and do not look at Ben or listen to him. You have to do what Violexx would do. Just because Knock comes back doesn't mean you have to play it.
No, I know, but not in the. You're right.
Don't say anything.
You're right.
It has to be B's choice.
Okay, let's make it easy. Which one do you like the least? Let's eliminate the easy one.
Now I'm trying to think. Who will?
And you're not even considering Shep?
Sorry,
I
Shaq.
wasn't gonna say anything. I just happened to be in the afterlife here.
Yeah,
you know.
Shep's just standing there.
No, I know. No, there's a whole bunch of dead people. I have a whole list of dead people, but there's
least
three
my
that
dog's
make the
alive.
most sense. There are three that make the most sense. Unfortunately, Chef. Sorry, Chef. You weren't on the list. You'll be shooting us all in the back as we're taking on the gods. I'm just kidding.
I didn't realize you were this much of a Black Widow.
Yeah, I really am.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing any of us have survived this long.
I didn't know about the husband thing.
That's why
None of us have.
No,
Yeah.
you've never asked me about my
I
husband.
suspect.
Sorry, did you have a dead husband? I didn't remember to ask that question.
Hi, nice to
How
meet
dead
you.
is your husband right now?
How dead is your husband right now?
On a scale of 1 to dead.
Oh my
It's
god.
only mostly dead.
Jesus Christ.
Don't bring him back either.
No, he's going to come back on his own.
He
He
died
comes
for
back
his
easier.
sins.
We're fine. We got. He'll show up.
Well, we don't go to mass. We clearly covered that with.
Well, he's more religious now.
That's true. That's true. Oh man, this was not what I expected to have to do
If you
today.
choose not to decide,
Can you ask me to pick later?
Can I come back to this?
Just go with your heart.
But I think I'm wrong.
No.
I think Nock died in a way that is pleasing to him. I think you died
Next to a halfling.
you died being
No.
a hero. No, I'm just saying
To a
you died like saving somebody. I don't know if it
Am
would be.
I allowed to respond?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I know it wasn't like. But also, we didn't see any of this. We don't know.
What
Okay.
don't we know?
We don't know how. We don't know all of the stuff that was going on up deck. We just came up and they were both gone. But we did see that they were dead together.
Embraced.
And all we would.
I forgot we all
You know
assumed
what
it was
really
a suicide
sucks
pact.
too? I can talk.
Finally, they're gone.
What really sucks is I can talk to dead people. I literally could have talked to your dead body.
Chef's
and
like,
been like, yeah, what happened, man?
Can you still talk to the dead?
No.
Nah, I need their body.
And it has to be within 24 hours, I believe.
No.
No?
There's certain things that I think as long as I have a piece of their
Oh,
dead
okay.
body, I'm pretty sure. I've never
Well,
cast it
Well, you got
before.
that ear and a tongue, so that helps with one person.
That's very true. Oh God,
Not allowed to say anything.
you don't want to. I don't. I see. I don't.
Nah.
No.
Okay, fine. Shep will come back.
Don't forget Tor.
That you never met.
Yeah, I know that. I
Can't
don't
forget
know.
him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know who you could bring back? The Aboleth from the ending of season 1.
Good. No, he's still alive.
Not the Aboleth, the
Mind flayer. Somebody else who doesn't know.
I said she doesn't know him. That's the fun of it.
He can't destroy the Witchstone Kingdom anymore.
You could bring back one survivor from the Lichstone Kingdom.
I don't know any of them are dead. And I don't know anybody in the Lichstone Kingdom.
Yeah,
really.
fuck those guys.
Yeah. Sorry,
Deserve it.
bitches, you're dead. Oh my god, this sucks.
Yeah, I know.
I hate you.
I'm worried.
I'm not very thrilled with them right now either, to be honest with you.
I had a good time standing in line.
Yeah, I got
I enjoyed just cool warlock shit, so I'm good.
I'm pausing it here because I don't want to bring you back because one, I don't know how you're gonna play two characters.
I wouldn't play two characters.
Okay.
That's true.
I'll play Shep though. I'll
No,
play
His
you.
two characters have to fight to the death.
You wouldn't have to. It's like how, Court still exists in the world. Just because Nock came back doesn't mean Ben would have to switch characters.
Okay.
Or I can play Nock.
That would be hilarious.
Do the voice.
Hello, I am Nock. Knock, knock.
Whoa,
You
it's
sound
like
like
Knox right
Black
here.
doing an impression of Knock. Hello, I'm
No, I am Nock. Yeah, Black does bad impressions.
Okay. This sucks.
I think that
we're
she's
all
not
waiting
going to
for
bring her
you.
husband back. She's going to bring back her lover.
Obviously,
instead.
she hated her husband.
No, I'm
obviously.
stuck on two. I'm stuck between two, and I don't know what to do because one we know is going to be helpful in the fight, and the other is strictly just like childhood best friend that you.
I did lose my Nintendo early.
Well, if you could bring your Nintendo back, would you do it?
Oh, hell yeah.
There, answer right there. Nintendo. I choose Nintendo.
The NES.
And there was,
Sega Genesis, please. I want
Yeah.
the Sonic.
over 300 years ago, there was a great gnomish wizard known as Nintendo. And upon
All right. I'm sorry. I'm wasting time. I just.
No.
It's a tough choice.
Gotta be a big decision.
Yeah.
But
what
hurry
you
up.
choose now will impact the rest of the podcast for forever.
We're just putting more
irreparable
pressure on
Moving
you.
Yeah.
forward, it will
Yeah,
impact
Lauren, think of it
all
like
of
this.
us.
The longer you take to make the decision, the more pressure we're stacking on you.
I know.
That's true.
you can also just roll the dice.
That's true.
No.
No, it isn't.
No, because then she has to decide which die to pick, and that will
And then
also...
which
No.
half of the
Yeah,
dice?
do you see all these dice?
See, I was hoping it would do that coin flip thing where you're supposed to roll the dice because the second you roll it, you know what answer because your mind instantly goes, "Oh, I hope this would."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's a trick.
All right, game theory.
Shit. All right. I think I
psychology.
I got it. Okay. So Violexx has just kind of been standing in front of Cyanine, and she's just kind of looking around, having like an internal conversation, obviously, just trying to figure out what to do. And after a few minutes, she's going to look back up at the lady, and she's just going to have, as a tear rolls down her face, she's just going to whisper, "Knock."
She reaches a hand up, stops, tilts her head, goes, "Oh, my dear, I can't. He's still alive."
He's in the tree.
"Well, he was. I'm afraid you'll have to select again."
Shep shows up.
This is an emotional roller coaster.
For both of us.
What? They have roller coasters in this room?
Apparently. We didn't tell you about our podcast after hours, but we're playing Knock.
Sorry.
Where we all got together to resurrect Knock.
After dark knock podcast.
I was only 10 minutes late this morning.
Sorry.
Well, as your punishment, we've brought back all of your dead characters.
No, get naming them.
Shep heard that in the afterlife.
The podcast is just us playing dead characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you have to bring
I
back
guess
Shep
not
now because he
knock.
wants to finish knockoff now.
Right.
She would say, if he is alive, then it has been so long without my husband. And Skull, he suffered while he lived. If nothing else, it was a blessing that he does not have to become the wolf that he hated so much. If he was brought back to life again, I think that he would be cursed with the lycanthropy again, and I don't want to do that to him.
It would come with him.
Then I will let him rest. I will bring back Deverick.
As you wish.
Whoa, Nock's still alive somewhere? How does that work? Is he a tree person or something? Well, maybe we'll find out someday. Regardless, at least we didn't end the episode on Rady's downer thing. Yeesh. We'll see you next time when we roll another intelligence check.
Waste the air with...
Footsteps.
Oh, sorry, the
You
God
can
of
do
War
that
just...
eye flitter thing. That was impressive, actually. Sorry.
No shit's given.
Is it weirder that it's louder with the headphones on?
That's what I feel like.
Well, that's
doing.
what that's what the microphones
That's what the mics are
picking
picking up. This is normal.
Yeah.
This is just the party that's having
Yeah.
with Way's family. That's all it is. It makes
All
it
right,
checks
I'm going
out.
to go back to the headcanon while we're kind of killing time.
Yeah.
So in my head, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to Way at the crossroads. And there's the one to the right that leads to nothing. And then there's the one that leads to his house.
Yeah.
And Way walks up to the house and he's feeling emotional and he's really torn about going inside of it. And then, as Kyle said, he leans up to the window to gaze inside and he's looking around. And he's looking around and he sees his mom and his dad and his neighbors.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the front door and he sees a bowl full of keys and he's like, oh.
Oh no! Family wine!
And then he goes to the right path.
He knows.
Runs to the...
So
Right, that's why I
that's
left
when the
home.
Eyes Wide Shut party showed up. It was Way's family the whole time.
It makes sense now that we say it out loud.
Look at his tattoo and what he's wearing. Come on.
The best t-shirt.
All right, that's why I left home.
I was sick of all this endless key parties.
Wait, is that Evergreen? Oh, shit!
Evergreen? Are you my dad or my uncle? Oh no, my whole life is a lie.
Put some pants on.
Unless.
Okay, that's...
Sorry. That was my headcanon.
That's the what if you took the left path.
That was the
Now,
canon
no wonder
that
he
I was
never would've left.
exploring when the rest of you were like, oh, he's going down the path towards the god. I'm just like,
But what happens in the house?
Oh god.
Grass.
And we're back.
Singing turtles. We'll be right back.
So glad I spent so much time creating this world.
No.
Just to burn it all down.
Yeah.
Sorry, if your family's done construction upstairs.